Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nazatul Syereena Binti Raub, and today I will talk about exercise LAB03 analyzing spatial data. In previous lab exercise LAB01 and LAB02, I'm familiar with a few functions of button in ArcGIS, also on how to manage the data in this tool. In LAB03, we're getting more familiar on using ArcGIS and make sure that we get to use spatial analysis, spatial thinking in landscape planning. In chapter 9, spatial analysis deals with problems or behavior that involve geographic locations. To produce sophisticated spatial information, you need to use methods or tools that process or transform data into information. This chapter has you apply several GIS tools for spatial analysis: buffers, spatial joins, intersection of map layers, and cluster analysis. In task 9.1, introduces on how to buffering a points for proximity analysis by using buffer analysis tools and intersects cool buffer features into map. In task 9.2, introduces on sustainability analysis for facility. Location is a classic GIS application that depends on two GIS functions, buffers and intersection. In task 9.3, introduces on how to use multiple ring buffers for calibrating a gravity model using tools given by specially join the buffers, pool type owners, youth population in each ring, and create graph. Next, in chapter 13, we learn on how to use terrain mapping and analysis. In task 1, introduces on how to use DEM for terrain mapping by creating contour layer, create vertical profile, create hill shade layer, and perspective view using ArcScene. In task 2, we learn on how to derive slope, aspect layer, and surface curvature layer from DEM. While in task 3, introduces on how to build and display tin. In this task, we learn on how to modify by using tin from elevation raster. In chapter 14, shows on how to apply view sheets and watersheds. In task 1, we learn on how to use view sheet analysis for better terrain mapping and run a view sheet analysis. In task 2, introduces on how to create a new lookout shape file for view sheet analysis. In task 3, we learn on how to delineate area-wide watershed using elevation raster as data source. And in task 4, we learn on how to derive upstream contributing area at specific watershed. In chapter 17, introduces to path analysis and network application. In task 1, we learn on how to compute the least accumulative cost distance using the shortest path function. In task 2, introduces on how to compute the path distance from two cells to other source cells. In task 3, we learn on how to run shortest path analysis by performing the shortest route towards cities and travel time. In task 4, introduces on how to build geodata-based network dataset in the dataset. In this task, we learn on build personal geodatabase and a feature dataset. Next, in task 5, we learn on how to find closest facility in data. Last but not least, in task 6, introduces on how to find service area using the same data in task 5. In conclusion, LAB exercise 03 analyzing spatial data give me more knowledge on how to work on graphic data in order to get the best result of analysis. Also introduced to me more about calculating the distance and estimate the cost path, and how to add more data using ArcToolbox tool and ArcScene. LAB03 shows me a new way on how to do a better terrain and slope map, and it really does help me in analyzing spatial data. Thank you.